No, okay. Should be good now. Okay. What's going on, guys? It's your fellow Cafetero del Norte, and welcome back to another weekly roundup. Give me 1 second before we start. No one currently in the chat. Um, as always, start with the Canadians. The Canadians this week had an okay week. Wasn't too many performances. The MLS is still out, right? So there are still a lot of players that are on vacation. A few a transfer that happened, but still yet to play. So it was okay. Not too many goals of note. Still a break for some leagues. So, but nonetheless, there was still good performances as always, and we'll get into it. But without further ado, let's do it. So we start. Oh my gosh, 1 second. Okay, so yeah, we'll start with the first game of the week, which will go to Bayern. I'm not sure. This is Bayern's first game back in like 2 weeks. It was a friendly against Salzburg, RB Salzburg. As you can see here, so Ito was playing. I don't know if Davies was in for this game. Yeah, so it seems Davies did not play, and he also, yeah, I'm foreshadowing. He didn't play later in the week, so he seems to not be back to full health, even though he came back the past few weeks. But hopefully, I'm hoping for a speed recovery. Hopefully, we can see him soon, because Alfonso Davies is always missed, always missed. We'll move on. We'll move on. But for the Canadians, this is a good game. We got Juventus versus Sassuolo, and if you can give me 1 second, I forgot to do one thing. Mm, Okay. All right. Okay, there we are. I was watching. Okay, yeah. So this game was a great game, and is if you can see here, Jonathan David, he ended up scoring a goal. So very nice for him. He's okay. Let me restart that again. So this was a very good game. It was actually a duel between the Canadians. So there was Ishmael Kone versus Jonathan David. And if you can see here, as you can see here, let me see, as you can see here, Jonathan David, yeah, he ended up scoring a goal in the 63rd minute. And actually, he got an assist in this match too. Really good performance by him. We'll look into it. We'll get deeper dive into it. As you can see here, he 77.7 rating, which is not too shabby. Good shooting, passing. Even though he got the assist, it didn't seem too good for passing wise. Three total shots, one big chance missed. I actually saw that. It was right after his goal where he missed like a sitter. I might show you guys after there. Three total shots, one goal, so not too shabby there. Passing, as you can see, one assist here. It was quite a nice assist. I'll show you after. Big chances, six key passes. So I don't understand why his passing would be rated kind of poorly, but nonetheless, it's fine. His dribbling was pretty good. He had one unsuccessful dribble, one successful dribble right here. Oh, I know exactly which one it is, and you'll see it. It was a good dribble. 1 out of 1 tackles, one. 3 defensive contributions. 2 out of 5 ground duels, one. So, yeah, again, it was a pretty good game from him. A goal and assist. We'll look at the goal right now. Sorry. Okay, yeah. Okay, 1 second. I gotta. Yeah, okay, here. Okay, so this is Jonathan David's goal. So the pass gets intercepted originally, but then the defender makes a mistake actually. Not his best work, but then you see him. He gets past the goalkeeper, shoots it. It was a nice goal. Yeah, see again, past goalkeeper. Not too shabby from Jonathan David, and he needed that goal. That was only his second goal in the Serie A. Like, even though I preach him been playing pretty decently, like I think he has been playing pretty decently. He hasn't been scoring the goals, and he needed that. Not only did he have that, he also had the assist. So I'm gonna get that right now. Pull that up for you guys. Sorry. Weird.
Got a $1 billion web app idea? Now you can turn it into reality with Hostinger Horizon.
These looks to back by some margin this season. Came off injured after he makes the run there, Dave. Referee.
Best player on the park for Juventus.
Miretti through on goal.
An assist.
Okay. So here here I have the assist. It's gonna be here in a second. So as you can see, the goalkeeper brings it up. McKennie brings it down. Jonathan David comes and then nice pass. See, it was a nice ball right there. Miretti's.
Has Juventus second.
Not too much to explain there. It was a very nice goal. Very nice pass from Jonathan David. We're gonna show it again in replay.
Returning to Juventus. Put on a platter for him by Jonathan David.
Thanks, taking too long.
And Juventus' celebration says it all about the unity in the team. Miretti.
Yeah, we said it. He was one of the best player on the park right for Juventus.
Beautiful ball right there.
And this is
let's get a closer look at the ball.
Points for the fantastic performance.
Look at this. Well, yeah, there's no need to look at that anyways. But you guys got the premise. Actually, I'm also going to show you the big miss he had.
Again, it's straight to Muric. Yildiz showing his frustration.
It's going to be there in a second.
Yeah, no.
Like.
On time. God.
There you go.
Two on this.
Okay, yeah, so this is I'm not gonna show you the miss he had. He had a really big miss. This is the the big chance he missed here. But
And he might be in again.
Oh man, see, it could have been a brace. It could have been a brace for him, but couldn't be. Either way, it was still a good game from him. Can't deny that. Yeah, we cannot deny that at all. And as I've been calling out for, he's been starting to get minutes and starting to show that he deserves to get these minutes. Yes, he's not scoring as many goals as we would have hoped he would have, but nonetheless, he's still doing well. I think he's a great player. I think he's a better player than Openda, and has been showing that he's a better player than Openda. So good for him. But this is actually the only game he plays this week. He plays tomorrow, so on Monday he plays, but it's okay. Yeah, for anyone who's confused, I record this on Sundays, and he plays on Monday. So I'll show you guys that next week. But moving forward, we have Rangers versus Aberdeen. If anyone is unaware, Cornelius is still injured. I think he's back mid-January or early January, or probably late January maybe. But yeah, he's still away. Then we got Nathan Saliba. So St. Gallen versus Anderlecht. I actually don't know what competition this was. Oh, it's a club friendly. So there's not too much to show. Nathan Saliba played, I don't know how many minutes. Let's see here. He played 62 minutes. Nathan Saliba. They lost the game, so that's nothing to write home about, but good, he's getting some minutes at least. Can't complain too much about that. Here we have another club friendly, but as you can see here, we got Theolonis Bear, who was twice on the score sheet. He was on the score sheet twice. Unfortunately, I can't find, there's no highlights for this, so I couldn't get the highlights. I can't show you guys the highlights, but Theolonis Bear has another 2 goals. He's been doing very well for Lausanne this season. Lausanne hasn't been doing the greatest, but he has been having a great season, so hopefully he can come back to, I think, Auxerre. I don't know how to pronounce it, but in the Ligue 1. Hopefully he can go back to them next season and do well in the Ligue 1. We would like to see another Canadian in the Ligue 1. We'll move on from that. Dender has their game postponed, so can't talk about that. St. Pauli also. So St. Pauli just signed a young goalkeeper from Montreal. They unfortunately weren't able to play. They didn't play this week, so they got their game postponed as well. Al Riyad. This is not a game too much of note, but as you can see, Borjan, like one of Canada's, one legends. He's been around for a long time. Surprisingly that he's not been called up at all from Jesse March. Like, let's see, he is 38 years old, still playing for Al Riyad. And what league is this? This is the Saudi Pro League. Al Riyad they're avoiding relegation right now. Not too shabby. He did not too bad in this game either. He had three total saves, 2 saves inside the box. Limited them to 1-1, so it's not awful. We'll move on. Celtic won. And if anyone doesn't know either, Alistair Johnson is injured. He's also injured. He's been injured for quite a bit. I don't know when he comes back. He'll be back. Might be a few months till he comes back, but yeah, that's that. We move on to here, Villarreal versus Alaves, and in this game, what was it? Tajon Buchanan started the match. He played all right, but didn't play too many minutes. He played 67 minutes. Okay, so he did play quite a bit. But let's see. In terms of passing, only 17 attempted, 12 total passes, so nothing to write home about there. Shooting, he had 1 total shot. It was blocked. No successful dribbles, 30 touches. Defensively, 2 defend. Yeah, I don't think it was a great game by Tajon Buchanan, any such imagination. They won 3-1. But there's one other Canadian, Tani Alawase, only played about 8 minutes. Not great. Well, yeah, I just wish he would play more minutes. He's been doing decently when he has the chance. In terms of his game, no successful passes at all. Only 2 attempted. Dribbles, let's see. 4 touches, 1 unsuccessful dribble. 1 aerial duel, 1. Nice. That's not too shabby. Yeah, from the Canadian perspective, like for Villarreal, from the Canadians, it wasn't the most exciting week for them, but they won nonetheless. It's a good win. They maintained their position in third place, and pretty good. Like with one game in hand to Atletico Madrid, they're only 4 points behind Real Madrid. They're pretty far out from Barcelona. They needed to win that other game. They could have like a few weeks ago, but they just unfortunately they couldn't. We'll move on. We got another game from Sassuolo. So Ishmael Kone plays this one. If you guys look here, this Kone is not Ishmael Kone. Unfortunately, Ishmael Kone did not score. He had a 6.7 rating. He played 83 minutes. Played decently. Good dribbling. Defensively, not the greatest, but he's been having a great season. I keep on seeing this. I think he's the most consistent player Canada has. Most consistent player Sassuolo has. There's a reason why Juventus wants him. I could see him getting a good move for sure. Let's look at his game. So he has 85% pass accuracy, 20 attempted, 17 made, shooting. He had 2 total shots, 1 big chance missed. Unfortunately, so there could have been 2 corners on the score sheet. Just saying, but he missed his chance. 32 touches, 1 out of 1 successful dribbles. Nice. Defensively, 4 out of 5 ground duels won is very nice. I don't think he did poorly defensively by any stretch of the imagination. It also doesn't. Errors. No, errors leading to shot. Didn't lead to a goal. It led to a shot, but yeah, it wasn't his best game. It was an okay game. Sassuolo loses, and how are they doing in the table? They were doing okay, but now they're bang in the middle, basically. Yeah, bang in the middle. Hopefully they can pull it back the next few weeks. We'll move on. What do we got next? We have here Hajduk versus Croatia Z. I never heard of that team as a club friendly. Again, nothing to write home about here, but we'll see. Yeah, Nico Sigor played the whole second half. How did the second half even play out? They scored a goal in the second half, so I can't really tell you too much about his details about his game. But Nico Sigor, another good player, another player has been very consistent, and yeah. So yeah, good he got some minutes. Norwich, if anyone didn't hear the news, Ali Ahmed finally he got a move to Norwich. He wasn't able to play this match. It just happened recently this week, but they at least they got this win. In the actual championship, they're not doing the greatest. They're in the relegation spot. I'm not the happiest with the move, but there'll be another video on that probably later on in the future. I think it's like a parallel move. It's more competitive league, yeah, but it's not necessarily a better team. You know, if you know what I'm talking about. Yeah, he wasn't able to play this game. They move on in this tournament. They move on to round final 32. Yeah, it seems like the round final 32. We'll keep moving. I told you guys that Alphonso Davies did not play this match either, but they won 8-1. Bayern Munich is killing it. Rangers they won another game. Is it? Yeah, they won another game 2-0. Again, Cornelius is out. Here we have Nice versus Nantes. Nice is Bombito's team, but Bombito, as you might have guessed, he's also out, unfortunately. But they make it through to the next round. Nice has not been having the greatest season, so hopefully Bombito can get better soon and help out Nice and Canada. Bombito's been out for a while, man. I hope he can get better soon for sure. And then yeah, that's seems to be it, but it's not actually it. So here we have Feyenoord versus Heerenveen. Feyenoord has Laren, and Laren played 10 minutes. Seems to have okay, like he had okay minutes, I guess. 1 out of 2 passes successful, dribbles, 2 touches. Defensively, didn't do much defensively. Lost 2 aerial duels. Again, in 10 minutes, he didn't do much. Feyenoord tied. How are Feyenoord in this league? They're second place, but they're far behind PSV. 13 points behind. Oh, that's unfortunate for them. There's another game I want to talk about. As we can see, Middlesbrough lost to Fulham. This is in the FA Cup, so Middlesbrough's out, but Alfie Jones is out. He is injured still, unfortunately. But yeah, that's that. And then Oh, forgot to show this game. So Preston versus Wigan. We have Jebison over here, striker, but doesn't seem to be his best game. He also didn't score a goal. But we'll take a look at his stats. 7 out of 10 passes successful, 24 touches. Nothing. 3 out of 2. I mean, 2 out of 3 ground duels, which is good. So yeah, not. I mean, yeah, it wasn't the greatest game. They lost that game too. They needed to win. It was in the FA Cup, so they're out of the FA Cup. But yeah, that actually concludes the. Oh, I forgot to do one thing, but that does conclude the Canadian segment. Wait, actually no, I forgot to do one thing. Give me 1 second. Okay, sorry. One second. Okay, guys, so we're gonna work on the tier list. This week there was, as you saw, there wasn't too many performances, so it's gonna be a little bit hard to gauge how I do this. But I think obviously Jonathan David for the second week has to go on the top. He had a great performance, man of the match, an assist and a goal, and Juventus' 3-0 win against Sassuolo. Ishmael Kone's team. So great performance from him, and he needed that goal. He needed that performance. The second player that's gonna be in top tier is gonna be actually Theolonis Bear. I know we didn't see his highlights, but he scored 2 goals in that friendly where they won 4-2. And in terms of everybody else, I don't know. I think this might be it. I don't know. We'll see. 1 second. Who's on Waterford? Faria. Okay, so yeah, that was it. Okay, I just want to reiterate. So this is the tier list for this week's Canadians, and as you can see, there wasn't too many performances this week, but there are 2 notable performances from this week. Is Jonathan David, who has had a goal and an assist in his man of match performance against Sassuolo, Ishmael Kone's team, his fellow Canadian. But yeah, that was a performance he needed, a goal he needed, and hopefully he can continue doing that going forward. The second player up there is Thelonious Bear, who played in a friendly match against, I forgot what the team is called, against. Yeah, he scored 2 goals in a friendly against Zamax, which is, I mean, I don't know where they're from, and I couldn't find the goals, but nonetheless, a good performance for him, and he's been having a great season. So hopefully, he can keep that up and help Lausanne do better or go back to the French league and play for Auxerre, his parent team, play better over there. We need another player in Ligue 1. That would be nice. But yeah, that concludes the Canadian section of the weekly roundup. As you can see, it wasn't the most impressive week, but nonetheless, it will continue to get better and better as the weeks go on, as the MLS starts to come back, and as certain players come back from vacation, as the transfer window starts moving. There's gonna be a lot of things moving on, a lot of things coming up. The Belgian league wasn't playing, so Promise David wasn't playing wasn't playing this week. So don't worry, in the future weeks there'll be a lot of things to come. So I hope you liked the video. Yeah, and that's that one. But peace. Now we'll commence with the Colombian section. After a small little break, we start to see how football is starting to come back, and there's a lot more performances. And this week, it shows, as there's many good performances, a lot of good teams coming back, a lot of players, a lot of teams coming back from the little break. And so we're going to show you all that. And yeah, stay tuned. Let's go. Okay, so the first game, it starts with Galatasaray versus Trabzonspor. Another Turkish team, but 4-1 win. Very, very impressive win from Galatasaray. They've been doing very well this season. As you can see, Davinson Sanchez played this match. He didn't play the entirety of the match. He played how many minutes? It was 79 minutes. So, but his defending doesn't seem to be that great. Passing was okay. Defensively, what? How does that make sense? Only 4 recoveries. No defensive contributions. Very sound game. 68 touches. Not too shabby. 1 key pass. Very nice. 94% pass accuracy. 67 attempted. Yeah. And then for shooting, nothing. But overall, I mean, not the most impressive game by Davinson Sanchez, but he's been playing well, and that's a good result from them. They knock out. Oh dang! I think I spoiled something, but they go to the finals after that match. Hopefully you guys didn't see that. I'm just gonna show this really quick. Al Nasser Dubai. You might wonder like what the heck? They have Kevin Agudelo, and he actually scored a goal. So I'm actually gonna pull that up. Yeah.
Excuse me, sir, how old were you when you made your first million?
What is this for?
We're trying to get advice for the...
جوناتاس راح جوناتاس ارسلها وصل.
Okay, so this is Kevin Agudelo.
جوناتاس راح جوناتاس ارسلها وصلت.
Wow, that's a nice pass.
الله كيفن.
Golazo. That was pretty nice goal actually. Holy. Might have to include that in the goals of the week. Don't know. That was very nice though. Yeah, nonetheless an obscure league, but a nice goal. We're not gonna look too much into that game, but he scored a goal there. Nice. Good for Kevin Agudelo. We're gonna keep going forward. The next game will be 5-0. So 5-0. In this match, we got where is he? Right here. We got Luis Diaz, who came in and has a good show. 2 assists in this match, an 8.6 rating. 8.6 rating, which is very nice, very impressive. And not too many. Actually, he played the whole second half. Yeah, so the whole second half. But good for him. And he actually had quite a few highlights this match. So we're actually gonna take a look at this.
In the sky, gazing far.
So we're actually gonna look at this video together and
Wanted to see
crop out this one.
Alay Begovic coming on for Salzburg, Kitano Sota for Salzburg, Ito Hiroki for Bayern. In the meantime, he's now 30 years of age. Luis
Nice.
Diaz Forward.
Nice play from
Breaking records as well for scoring goals at such a young age. And here go Bayern into the box. The teams will get a rap on the knuckles from the Bundesliga for delaying games. Jorma to stop the Salzburg players closing in.
Oh, nice. Oh,
Good movement forward. Dancing feet from Luis Diaz. He might get it back here. Flag in spades for Connie Leimer.
oof.
Bayern moving forward
Good ball.
Gnabry into the box.
No.
Almost come to Chavez eventually.
That wasn't an assist, but
Bayern down the left.
oof.
Biggest scorer. And we've got Leonard Karl as well, who's been really rewriting the record books in competitive action for young players at FC Bayern. You've got the second team, of course, in professional level, sometimes up in the third division of German football, at the moment in the regional league. I saw the other day that Transfermarkt Salzburg at arm's length in this second half.
Nice, good touch.
Play is spread towards Leonard Karl. Karl, you don't know whether he's going to cut inside or go onto the right foot. Bischoff continues that trend. Gnabry. Team believing that they can really be a force in the UEFA Champions League again, not just one of the better teams, but a real contender for the Champions League title. And now there might be a big chance for 2-0. Xavier Shitsky with the save, and it's back for the follow-up. And up and over the top. Chavez knows that was a big chance. Xavier Shitsky earned his luck with a decent save initially, but Bayern still had the follow-up. Gnabry from the edge of the area who can send it forward for Bayern.
Nice. Come on, let's go, Lucho. Oof. Nice. Oh.
Bayern push forward again. Salzburg can't repel them. Clear down. Diaz continues, skipping away in the D. Red Bulls. That
was
can,
it a penalty?
of course,
I don't know.
change in the blink of an eye. Gnabry sees room on the left-hand side for Diaz.
Nice cutting. Pass back to Gnabry.
Since the interval. Diaz, always a live wire. There are players who've been out injured. There's more strength and depth to come in a team. And they really don't want to confidently away. A young defender. So many of Salzburg's great list of talents have come through. Really good proving ground for young players who are making their way towards the Salzburg first team. At the moment, it's Bayern who are making their way towards the Salzburg box, and Leonard Karl, who just scored, has the assist, and the roles are reversed this time around.
Nice goal.
Two goals
Peruano.
Inside time. He'll depart for the final 12 minutes or so. Bayern cross from left to right. In Bayern's case, at least, when they've found the intricacy. They've all the fresh legs for Salzburg, set about trying to win the ball back in the middle. Instead, it's with Luis Diaz. Surely the offside. If any German Bundesliga fans are wondering where they've heard the name before. And now finally getting a chance in the Salzburg colours. And here's a big chance for Bayern. Karl waiting across the box. Gnabry in the middle.
Good job.
It's going to come to Leimer instead.
The pass was not the greatest.
Keeps it in, chips it over the keeper. You've got that 10 games in 34 days spell, and they might have a fourth goal here. Xavier Shitsky all at sea,
nice ball.
and it's headed in from well inside the 6-yard box.
That's a good assist.
It's
Very
Leonard
nice assist.
Karl again.
Not too
The hard
shabby.
work was done elsewhere.
He goes here, gets past the goalkeeper.
Karl was there to apply the finish.
A nice little cross.
And Bayern extend the lead to 4.
Not too shabby. That was the first assist from him in this game.
Picking up valuable minutes. Everybody looking pretty fit and healthy. And Leonard Karl guns it back. Luis Diaz.
Oh,
He's been
what a
so
ball.
bright since he's come on.
Yeah, what
and
a
he's
ball.
got an assist again.
The second assist was very nice. Ooh, look at that chip.
Bischoff
Nice.
there to finish off. And 4 becomes 5 in stoppage time. It does feel harsh on
very
Sal.
nice.
Brings this
And
test
Bischoff goal?
match to a close. It was
Let's
6.
go. Yeah, as you can see, very good game from him and in the friendly. Deserves that rating. Those 2 assists, very, very nice, especially the second one. The second assist was beautiful. Darn. But let's go. Let's get past that match. Give me 1 second. Sorry. Let's get past that match. Okay. The next match, I'm not gonna look at that one. We have Fenerbahce versus Samsaspor, and as you can see here, John Halil Duran scored a goal in the 67th minute. They won 2-0, and this is a good match. Actually, as I showed you earlier, this is the other semifinal. So they also went to the finals after winning this match. Duran helped with that, obviously, with his goal. 7.3 rating, which is not too shabby. Let's see. Yeah, so 5 total shots. Hit the woodwork 1 time. 2 on target, 1 goal. So not too bad. A lot of shots. He likes to shoot. He likes his volume of shots, right? 2 key passes, which is pretty good. 71% pass accuracy, not too shabby. And dribbling, we got 35 touches, 1 successful dribble, which is nice over here. And defensively, 2 out of 3 ground duels, which is very nice. But yeah, overall, very good game. We're actually going to look at his goal right now. Give me a second. Here. Oh, sorry. Okay, let's look at it. So I don't know who necessarily gets the ball, but Duran passed it to him earlier. The cross comes in, and as you can see, Duran taps it in first touch. But he actually started the move. Well, not necessarily started the move, but he had the pass before that. And actually, I love this celebration. Look at that. Hey, let's look at the celebration again. 1 second. I want to see the celebration again. Let's look at the goal in the celebration again. About right here. We should be good. So as you can see, nice tap in, and then hey, let's go. Nice, not too shabby. Good game from John Halil Duran there. I don't know what goal that was from, but he's not been having a terrible season. Let's actually take a look at that right now. His season so far. So in this cup, he only has 1 goal, but let's see where else. In the actual league, he has 3 goals. So I think he has about five goals this season. Not too shabby. Good for John Halil Duran. And we'll move on from that. We got Juventus Sassuolo. Kawal is injured. He didn't play this match. So we'll move on from that. Sporting versus Vitoria. So as you can see here, Luis Javier Suarez, he scored a goal as he often does. It's not very often he doesn't score a goal. So very nice, very nice. But they lose this match, which is not that great. And they actually get kicked out. They get kicked out. Victoria wins the whole thing, the whole cup. Very nice. I foreshadowed that because Victoria also has a Colombian. I'm sorry. We're going to look at it though. Luis Javier Suarez gets a good rating, gets a goal. Let's see his game. Very good dribbling. Shooting is very nice. In terms of shots, he has 4 total shots. 1 offside, 1 block shot. Well, he scored a goal, so it's not too bad. Key passes, 1 key pass. 83% pass accuracy. 23 attempted. Dribbling, 2 out of 4 successful dribbles, which is nice. 43 touches, so not too shabby. And 8 out of 15 ground duels, very nice. And then 3 out of 5 aerial duels. So yeah, overall very good game from him. We're gonna take a look at his goal right now. Yeah, not too shabby. It was a very nice ball. And then, as you can see here, he controls it. Well, I don't know if he controls it. He lets it bounce and then takes a nice shot. So, very nice goal from him. Just unfortunate that they couldn't win the game. They couldn't win the game and go further in that competition. But, nonetheless, pretty good from him. We'll move on. Oh, actually, Yeah, so Victoria has a Colombiano goalkeeper. Charles has been playing. I don't know if I don't know if Juan Castillo lost his position, but Charles has been doing very well. He like played well this match, and then we'll look forward. But yeah, as you can see, Juan Castillo did not play these two matches, unfortunately. All right, yeah. I'm just gonna look at this, just see what's up. I don't think there's anything of note. So we have Narvaez here. That's the Colombiano here. That's of note in this game. Played pretty decently. They won the match. This is not a league that really matters. Awasal, same thing. Palacios, I don't think he did anything. So nothing to write home about here. This is a pretty good game. Bologna versus Atalanta. But firstly, you see Bologna lost. And actually, Lukumi wasn't playing. But Lukumi has been having not the greatest season, I don't think. He's had some. It's been weird. His distribution of minutes has been very weird. He didn't play his match. They lost his match. So, and then we have Hellas Verona versus Napoli. In this match, Mosquera did play. He only played 3 minutes. Well, 11 minutes. Sorry, 11 minutes. Well, yeah, 3 minutes. On the 87th minute he came on, but played 11 minutes in total. Nothing too crazy to write home about here. Only 5 total touches. Nothing, yeah. But that was a good result from Hellas Verona. They tied to Napoli. They're in last place though, which is not great, but they're not too far off from getting out there. It's actually a pretty interesting relegation battle. Look at that. It's pretty close. It's pretty close actually. In terms of Napoli needed that. Like look how far Inter is. Actually, no, they're not. They must have lost today, huh? Wow. But anyway, we move forward. We got Wolves, Everton, and Wolves. They had a horrendous start, but since the new year, they've been pretty good. Actually, since the last 3 matches, Arias in this match didn't play the greatest. Yerson Mosquera played great, it seems like. So we'll take a look at John Arias, but John Arias has been turning it around. He scored his first goal from the Premier League the last week, and later on in this week also has another good performance. But yeah, we'll see here. He played 45 minutes, played only the first half. No shots. In terms of passing, 1 key pass. That's always nice. Always nice to see 1 key pass. Dribbling, 26 total touches. Nothing too crazy there. And 1 out of 1 total tackles. The ground duels wasn't amazing. Wasn't his greatest game, but as you can see, the result was not too bad. A 1-1 draw to Everton, pretty decent. And then Yerson Mosquera seems to have had a great game. His defensive duty seems to be very nice. Oh, look at that. 13 defensive contributions, 1 out of 1 tackles, 5 out of 7 ground duels, 3 out of 9 aerial duels. Yeah, he's overall very good. And only to limit him to one goal is pretty good. 80 touches, very nice. And in terms of passing, 1 key pass. So it's the same as John Arias, but man, good for him. 48 total pass attempts, 90% pass accuracy. In terms of shots, nothing there. But yeah, good game from them. A good result from them. So in the last 2 Premier League matches, they get 4 points. And now they are, oh man, they're pretty far from Forest though. They're very far from Forest. It's gonna be hard to pull this back. They need literally 3 times what they already have. Oh yeah. But yeah, we'll move forward from that. Here we got Torino versus Udinese. Torino loses. But yeah, not even Zapata didn't even start this match, sadly. He did play a little bit, played a few minutes, 6.3 rating, didn't play the greatest. And dribbling was poor. Passing, nothing to write about. Dribbling, why is the dribbling so poor? Only 9 touches. So, but yeah, nothing crazy to write there. Here, it's a disappointing game from Benfica. They lose to Braga. This is actually in the knockouts too, so I think this is the same tournament. Yeah, this is the same one. So you know where Sporting and Vitória were playing earlier? This is the second semifinal, and as you can see, Benfica lose. Rios didn't play particularly well, it seems like. We have 3 key passes, which is pretty nice. Dribbling, he's a good dribbler. 75 touches, but nothing too crazy in terms of dribbling. Defensively does not look great for him. 0 out of 5 aerial ground duels, so nothing crazy there. In terms of shots, 1 on target, but yeah, it's just an unfortunate result for them. Nothing to write home about there. we'll keep moving. So we have here Cremonese versus Cagliari. And as you can see, JD Mina did not have a great game here. This is not his greatest performance by any stretch of the imagination. Defensively, only one aerial duel won. He only played, 45 minutes? Yeah, played the first half only. Dribbling. I don't know where it shows. Does it show here? Yeah, errors leading to goal here. Look, one error led to goal. Yeah, so not a great performance from Jenny Mina by any stretch of the imagination. They tied 2-2 to Cremonese, and I don't know how. So they're both amongst the same area. Cagliari could have used those points to go ahead of them, but it wasn't meant to be. That's okay. We'll keep moving on, and then this one doesn't matter. Let's not even look at that. Al Tawoun versus Al Shabab, and as you can see, Roger Martinez scored a penalty. I don't have the goal myself, and I don't think it's worth showing. But this is a 2-0 win against Al Shabab, pretty good. Roger Martinez in the last 2 weeks has scored 2 goals, not too bad. And Al Tawoun is playing very well. Look at them, only 4 points behind first place. In third place, tied with Ronaldo's team Al Nassr. Decent. So hopefully Roger Martinez can keep this up. Sporting versus Cadiz, as you can see here. Also, I missed one earlier. Sporting earlier also had another game, and Otero scored. They lost that game too, and this game they also lose. So nothing crazy to write home about here. Otero did play and got an assist. Otero's been playing pretty decently this season. They also have Oscar Cortez on the bench, but he's not been playing many minutes. Then we go to another game. So here, another game from Wolves, and as you can see, Arias gets again on the score sheet. So 2 goals in 2 weeks for Arias and for Wolves. Fortunately, this is not in the Premier League. This is in the FA Cup, as you can see over there. As you can see here, FA Cup. But we'll take a look at the ratings and how well he did. Gerson Mosquera did not play. He got a rest, but I guess that means he's gonna be playing in the thing. But look at that, good passing and shooting was good. His dribbling. So yeah, it seems like an 8.9 rating is also fantastic. I overlooked that. That's great. Let's start with the defensive duties. 1 out of 2 tackles is nice. 5 out of 8 ground duels, very nice. Dribbling, 1 out of 1 successful dribbles, very nice. He's getting back to his mojo, starting to dribble again like he was doing over there on Fluminense. 83 touches, very nice. Wow, they used him a lot this game. 70 passes attempted, 94% accuracy. He had 5 total shots, 2 on target, scored the 1 goal. So we're gonna look at the 1 goal right here. We're actually gonna look at it right now. So it's actually a nice play from Mold right there, but a nice through ball from Strand Larson, I believe. He takes 1 touch and then scores it. So it was a nice finish. Actually, a very nice goal. One of my favorite goals of this week, I must say. But yeah, good for John Arias in that game. He's been playing well these last 2 weeks, and I don't know if anyone's been keeping up. He's been linked with the move back to Palmeiras, back to the Brazilian league where he was obviously at his best. He played very well for Fluminense in his time there. But the only thing is, I just, the Premier League is such a good league. We like to see more Colombianos representing the league, and as of late, he's been playing very well. I know the team has been horrendous, but the team has been getting their points back, doing decently. So at least for the rest of the season, I'd like to see John Arias stay at Wolves. But if they get relegated, then go back to the Brazilian league in the summer. That's what I'd like to see. Nonetheless, he's been doing very well, and they get past to the next round in the FA Cup. Not too shabby. We'll move on. This was pretty crazy. Not for the Colombianos. Actually, both Colombianos are out. So neither Lerma or Dani Munoz played in this match. But Crystal Palace lose to Macclesfield. Macclesfield, I think, is in the 5th tier. So they're not even a professional team. They're a semi-pro team, and they end up beating Crystal Palace, which is the FA Cup. Like, they just won it last year, and they also won the Community Shield. They're also doing pretty decent in the Premier League. So it's a pretty crazy. This is a very crazy story. But we'll move on because there's no Colombianos to play here that played in this match at least. And we got Real Betis versus Real Oviedo, which is Yeah, not a great performance from Real Betis because Real Betis they need to accumulate wins ultimately. Cucho Hernandez played. He played 80 minutes. His passing seems to be pretty poor. Shooting wasn't great. He didn't score a goal. 4 total shots. One big chance missed. So he could have changed the whole dynamic of the game, but unfortunately he just didn't do it. Passing, one big chance created, which is very, very nice. 3 key passes, also very nice. Dribbling, 45 touches, four. So no successful dribbles, 4 unsuccessful dribbles. 2 out of 2 tackles, one. So yeah, not the greatest game again. Like they tie this match, and as you see, like they need to accumulate points. They're in 6th place. They're what 5 now off from Espanyol in 5th place. Real Oviedo was last place in the league, so they needed that. It wasn't the greatest result, but we'll move on. I also believe did not play this match. Let me check this. I don't think Deosa played this match. Yeah, Deosa did not play this match. He was on the bench over here, which he's been having decent few weeks. I don't understand why he was not playing. But that's not for me to decide. Then we go to Como Bologna, and this you might think is a better. No, Como's have been actually very decent this season, and Lukumi actually plays this match. Doesn't play the entirety of the match. Actually, I don't think he played very much of the match. He got injured, 26 minutes. That's very sad, very unfortunate. But as you can see in his minutes, he did not play. He played pretty decently. 1 out of 1 tackles, 1 out of 1 ground duels, won. But that sucks. That sucks. He got injured. We'll move on though. Pisa, Cuadrado continues to not play. I already saw this. We'll keep moving forward. Livingston. There's a Colombiano here, Pedrosa, I think his name is. But he's not playing. I don't think he was on the bench either, which is weird. But yeah, he wasn't playing. Doesn't matter. We'll keep moving. Oh, I didn't check this match. Oh, wow. Hey, okay, so glad I checked this match. I didn't check this earlier, but Nicolas Benedetti, he just got a move to to Las Palmas recently, and he just had his debut actually. Only played 3 minutes, granted, but he had his debut, which is pretty nice. Let's take a look at his debut. How did it go? He had 1 key pass, which is very nice. They what is it? 6 touches. 1 out of 1 ground duels won. I mean, in 9 minutes, what more can you ask for, really? But yeah, so Las Palmas is 2nd place in the Liga 2, right behind Racing Club. So there could be, like, Racing Club also has Puerta, which I will get to a little bit later. He had a good week as well. But there could be 2 Colombianos. Also, who's close? Who's close? No, Sporting has fallen down quite a bit, but yeah, man, not too shabby. These 2 teams, hopefully they can get well, yeah, they both get direct promotion, so hopefully it stays this way. Not too bad. But Benedetti gets his first minutes for Las Palmas. Not too bad. Girona. I think there's a lot of rumors. So Solis, I think got a move. I think got a move to Brazil, which is good for him. He has not had a good spell in Spain, so I'm glad he got that move. If he did get that move, I'll check that, make sure that's true in a second. And then Yasser Asprilla was on the bench, but he didn't play at all this match. And I think he's also linked with a move out, and he needs a move out. They don't respect him. They don't respect Yasser Asprilla. Yasser Asprilla is a great talent, and I know he could do a lot of good things, but they just don't have him in the right position. First of all, in that team, in that right system, that team is not good enough, and they just don't respect him. He needs to get that move. So yeah, but let's move on. Vitoria Braga. So I mentioned this earlier. This is the final of what is it? What is this tournament? This is the Taca de Portugal, Taca de Liga, and as I said earlier, so usually the goalkeeper is Juan Castillo, and he's been playing in the league, but Charles has been playing so good in this cup that I don't know if Juan Castillo still has his spot in the team, but nonetheless, Vitoria wins this tournament, which is nice. I think they actually get Europa League or they get Conference League, so they get European football from this. Good for Juan Castillo. But we'll move on from this. Okay, now we go to Bayern versus Wolfsburg, and this game is a lot of big talking points in this game. Luis Diaz, first of all, had a great game. What a game from Luis Diaz. It doesn't show here because there's too many goals, but Luis Diaz he has 2 assists and a goal. 2 assists and a goal. So let's look at the stats first, and then we'll take a look at the goal and all that stuff. But he has 2 total shots. He also got gypped for 1 goal. Man, we're gonna take a look at that in a second. But he got gypped for a goal. That was BS. But he has 1 goal in this game. The goal was pretty nice. It was a header. And passes, 2 assists, 3 key passes, 1 big chance created, 90% pass accuracy, 51 attempted, dribbling. 4 out of 5 successful dribbles, which is very nice. 78 touches, so he touched the ball quite a bit. I mean, Bayern always dominates the ball. They dominate everything. Also, this 8.1 rating, disrespect. Like, I think Olise got the man of the match. I'm not saying he didn't deserve it. Olise had a great match, but man, Luis Diaz, I think, was the better player and got chipped for that freaking. He should have had another goal. We'll take a look at that in a second. Yeah, 1 out of 1 tackles here, 5 out of 12 ground duels, which is quite nice. So yeah, without further ado, let's take a look at the goal. So we have here Luis Diaz's goal. Yeah, so we have Olise right there, crosses the ball in, and then Luis Diaz right there in the right spot. A nice header. We've seen this goal quite a few times actually. I feel like Olise continues to do that, continues to cut in, and then gives a nice cross. I think there's another goal that Luis Diaz scored this same way, not too long ago, but good performance from him. I'm actually gonna look at the whole performance because we're gonna look at his 2 assists as well as, and also we're gonna take a look at that thing he got gypped, that goal he got gypped for. So give me a second.
Imagine being able to build an app with your name on it, just by thinking about it. Meet Base 44, a complete AI creation.
Okay, so I have it here.
The win probability at the start overwhelmingly, as you'd expect, in Bayern's favour.
So yeah, I also forgot to mention this. This is the first goal, and Luis Diaz caused the first goal to go in. It was an own goal, right? But that was Luis Diaz's cross.
I think it was an own goal actually. But we can have a closer look. That's a good deep pass there to find Luis Diaz, who then does what is to be expected.
So that's the first goal.
That's neatly done to move out of trouble.
Nice
And Pecinovic is in.
And it happened like pretty soon after the first goal.
What a
Cut everyone by
brilliantly
surprise.
taken goal
Wolfsburg pretty low
from
in
a
the
man
table.
banging for.
I don't know if you guys seen the scoreline. It didn't really stop Bayern from doing what they gotta do, what they do. You know what I mean?
Manuel Neuer's had nothing to do.
I'm gonna keep on going forward.
Okay,
wait, here.
Rifling one
So
to
we already looked at the goal,
and here's
but let's look at it
Olise,
again.
and Kane has managed to progress and find himself at the far
Nice ball
post.
from
That's where the
Olise,
ball's aimed at the field to
nice header
find.
from
They lead.
Olise.
Olise dancing through.
Nice goal from Olise here. Well, let's see this.
Olise dancing through. Brilliant.
Golazo from Olise.
Michael Olise. One already. One of the best left.
See, this is the goal. This is BS. Look at this. Look at this.
And Olise for Diaz.
So they gave that as an own goal. They gave that as an own goal. I don't know. See, look, even the commentators saying this Diaz. I don't know. We gotta see. We gotta see this.
It doesn't matter because Michael Olise released by Harry Kane.
Good play from Olise.
And Kulianakis.
Again, I can't argue with Olise.
Oh no! While you're watching that, it's been chipped in.
I don't know, man. I don't know, yo. That was crazy, yo. You tell me.
Well, again, does he get the touch or is it an own goal? It doesn't matter because Michael Olise released by Harry Kane. And Kulianakis.
I don't know, man. That's Luis Diaz's goal. That's Luis
watching
Diaz's
that,
goal.
it's
But
been
anyways,
chipped
we'll keep moving on from that.
And Guerrero has punished all them out of the
Guerrero
back.
squares there, as you can see. It was a nice square ball from Harry Kane. A nice
They are
ball
furious
that
with
was
the
given
fact
to
that
Harry
was
Kane.
allowed to
But
Guerrero with his third of the season and
the
Bayern.
next one. Yeah, so Luis
didn't
Diaz
look
gets the
at
ball
like
here
they'd have five
and
at one
passes to
point.
Harry
They
Kane.
could have even more. Diaz for
Luis
Kane,
Diaz didn't do too much
who's,
here, but Harry
surely
Kane
now
does the
fancying
rest.
one.
Look
Yes!
at that banger. Look at that banger.
It's a
What a nice
moment
assist from
magic.
Luis
He's
Diaz.
waited and
Nonetheless,
waited.
freaking
Assist
disgusting
to
goal.
the Logue one.
And then this is a nice one. This is the second assist. This one was beautiful. Look at this ball. Look at that ball from Luis Diaz. What is he? No, he's 14 in this team, but is he a 10? Oh man. Olise again.
Michael Olise.
It's hard for me to deny that Olise deserved the man of the match when he did that well. He played very well, but Luis Diaz, in my personal opinion, was the better performer. I don't know. I just my opinion. Just my opinion. Nonetheless, that game. Let me see 1 second. Nonetheless, that game was a fantastic game from Bayern. They won 8-1, and they continue to dismantle every team. They're disgusting. Look at them, like 11 points ahead of Dortmund. They're running away with the league, plus 51 goal differential. Oof. Oh man, what a team! What a team. We go to Nantes versus Nice. Nantes, you be confused like why am I? Yeah, they were Machado. He just got a move recently from Lens, who's first place in the league. So he moved from first place, but goes to a team where he's gonna get more minutes. He wasn't getting many minutes for Lens, and Nantes, since he's been on the team, has been decent, but they get kicked out of the Coupe de France. But yeah, that was that one. We'll move on. Verona versus Lazio. Again, Daniel Mosquera, but Daniel Mosquera played more minutes this time. Didn't do anything crazy with his minutes. 1 total shot. Passing, only 6 passes attempted. 1 dribble successful, which is nice. 10 touches. Nothing crazy, but yeah, that's that. Tondela versus Morenz. You also might be asking who the heck's on Tondela. Tondela has a few Colombianos. So we have this guy Medina, Brian Medina. He's Colombiano, a defender playing in the first league of Portugal, which is pretty good. It doesn't seem like he had the greatest game defensively. No tackles, 1 out of 1 defense ground duels, which is nice. But yeah, that's not too shabby. Here we have 60 touches in terms of passing, 52 passes attempted, shots. But yeah, I mean, they lost the match. Wasn't the greatest. There's another Colombiano on Tondela. He wasn't on the bench. He scored last week. A striker. I forgot his name. I'll get you his name right now. Actually, don't worry. Have no fear. His name is Brian Medina, and the other Colombian is Jeffrey Rodriguez. He wasn't in this game, but he did score a goal last week, as I mentioned. Yeah, Jeffrey Rodriguez was not there. Jeffrey Rodriguez. And let's look a little bit into the Brazilian games. But this is not like this is a little tournament, so they haven't been playing their full teams. As you can see, Borre's not playing, Carbonero's not playing, and they also weren't on the bench. Nothing to note of there. Also, Flamengo's the same deal. Carrascal wasn't playing. For Red Bull, I don't know if Mosquera was playing. So we'll take a look at Mosquera's game. Mosquera, which has continued to get injured his whole time in Red Bull Bergamo, unfortunately. In terms, so no shots, passing, 22 attempted, only 77 successful. 1 out of 2 dribbles successful, which is pretty nice. 34 touches, not awful. 1 out of 4 ground duels. I mean, it was an okay game from him. They won the game, which is nice. Sorry, let's go to standings. So they are playing the Paulista. I guess they care in this league. The Brazilian format is so weird. There's so many different leagues and so many different formats. So I know this is like one part of how the league runs. But as you can see, certain other teams were taking it more serious than other ones. There's a game right now. So there's River Plate versus Millonarios as a club friendly. This is nice. Nothing. Darwin Quintero. Yeah, so Juan Fernando Quintero's playing right there. Kevin Castaño's playing too. Well, nothing too much to note of. It's 0-0 right now. We'll see next week. We'll see if there's anything of note, and next week I'll cover it. But that seems to be this week done. I think I might have missed something though. 1 second. Okay, so that's this week. We're gonna be working on the tier list in a second. Just give me a second while I find this tier list. Okay, I'm sorry. Also, African FC, thank you very much for joining the live stream. I thank you for liking the content. It's growing. We'll see how it goes, but I do appreciate that. Thank you. Just bear with me while I figured out this tier list. Give me a second. I did forget one game, so we're gonna look at that right now. It was an important game too. Oh, sorry. Yeah, so here we are. So there's a 3-2 win from Real Zaragoza to Real Santander. Real Santander Club, which we know is first place of this league, and has Gustavo Puerta, which actually scored a goal this match. So that's why it's a very notable game this match. And Gustavo Puerta played pretty decently in this game, even though they lost. And yeah, it was an unfortunate loss. Real Zaragoza is like in the relegation, so yeah, big loss. But anyways, yeah, let's look into Gustavo Puerta's performances. So his shooting, passing, dribbling was all good. Defensively, doesn't seem to be the greatest, but let's see. Yeah, I mean, didn't really contribute too much defensively. 2 out of 8 Grandos won, which is pretty good. Let's go to dribbling. 110 touches. Wow. A lot of touches. He was very involved in this match. Very nice. No, one key pass. 93 passes in total. That's a lot. 89% pass accuracy, which is pretty nice. And then had 5 total shots, 2 on target, and then 1 goal. His goal's right there. Very, very close proximity. We're gonna take a look at it right now. So as you can see, it comes in, and it first gets touched by the defender, and then goes to Gustavo Puerta, which does the first time, and goes in the bottom right corner, which is not bad. Well, Gustavo Puerta continues to do well in the league. He's doing very well in the second division. He did well for Colombia that one game he did play, so hopefully keeps it up, and the team keeps it up. But yeah, he's gonna be part of the rankings. Sorry, I haven't completed the tier list yet, so still bear with me. I have Davinson Sanchez? No, I don't. Okay. Sorry, bear with me. Okay, I'm sorry for that wait, but I am ready to commence the tier list. So the way I'm thinking about this is, firstly, Luis Diaz has to be on the podium. Great week from him. What was that? That was a goal and 4 assists. Yeah, that's insane. That's insane. Who else goes up there? There's someone else who goes up there. Don't worry. Oh, John Arias goes up there. Where is he? He's not. I don't have John Arias. Sorry. Give me 1 second. I have to get John Arias. Okay, sorry, I'm back. So we got John Arias, who also goes in the top tier. I think those are probably the only 2 players that maintain the top tier. And in terms of good players, I think Jose Mosquera for that one performance against Everton deserves to be up there. I think Gustavo Puerta for his goal, even though they lost, he had a good game. He deserves to be up there. And you know what? Kevin Agudelo, because I like this goal, even though he's in a pretty obscure league and they had a bad result. His goal puts him up there. You know what? We gotta put. If we're living by that logic, it's gonna be quite a few players. So John Jairo Duran and Luis Javier Suarez have to go up there because they both scored goals, and they had decent games. So I can't knock them. John Jairo Duran also won. They won the whole thing. Oh, did I even show you guys that? Oh, either way, yeah, they won the whole Turkish. I don't know. There's not too much. There's. Yeah, let me show you guys. So I'm not sure if you guys, I don't know if I showed you guys this, but Fenerbahce wins the final against Galatasaray of the Turkish Cup. And this game, there was both Colombianos playing. So there was Davinson Sanchez right here, who 6.4 rating is not the greatest, and John Jairo Duran, who also doesn't seem to have the greatest game. I mean, both Colombianos canceling them out is hard. Having a striker playing against a Colombian defender is always difficult. But we'll first look at the Davinson Sanchez, who played only the first half. I wonder if he was injured, he just didn't play well. But either way, they lost. Defensive contributions didn't have too many defensive contributions. 2 out of 5, so not the greatest defensively. 34 touches in his first in the half. 80% pass accuracy, and yeah, nothing to write home about. They lost that match, so always disappointing. For John Jairo Duran, he played 69 minutes. Nice. And then we got 1 total shot. Nothing crazy. So for his volume, that's not great. 55% pass accuracy, only 11 attempted. Dribbling, 16 touches. Yeah, so not his greatest performance, but he had a decent week. He had the last game he played decently. So yeah, that's that. And then let's go back to the tier list. So John Jairo Duran deserves that. And then stinker has to be JD Mina. Okay. So let me reiterate what we got. Okay, guys. So for the Colombian tier list, as you can see, there's a lot more players. So let's go from the top to the bottom. Or okay, one second. So as you can see, this is the Colombian tier list. There's a lot more players, a lot of good performances this week. So let's take a look at them. Let's go from the bottom to the top. So let's start with the stinker category. In the stinker category, we got Yerry Mina, which unfortunately I didn't want to put him there, but he just didn't have a great performance. He had an error that led to a goal, only played the first half, and they tied that game against Cremonense. He didn't play earlier in the week, so only has that one game against Cremonense. And yeah, the error led to a goal, puts him in the stinker category. In the good category, we got quite a few players. So we got over here, we have John Duran, which had 2 games, scored a goal against Samsunspor or something like that, Samsunspor. And then also, they won the final of the Turkish Cup against Galatasaray. So against Davinson Sanchez's team. And he didn't have the greatest match there, but they won that game and he played both matches. So did well, got a goal this week, so that's decent. Luis Javier Suarez only played 1 match this week as well. Got a goal, but they got kicked out of the Taca Portugal in the semifinal. But nonetheless, he got the goal. It was a pretty nice goal. Played pretty well that game as well. Kevin Agudelo, you might not know too much about this guy. He's playing in the United States Arab. Yeah, United States Arab, or something like that. Yeah, so the UAE country. And he scored a golazo. The team lost. He's playing for Al Nassr Dubai. The team lost, but he had a good performance and scored a nice goal, so I put him up there just for that. I mean, he doesn't necessarily deserve to be up here. Just putting him for recognition. The player over here, we have Gustavo Puerta, which, as Colombians know, he's a great player, a good Hoenn player. Scored a goal this week, even though they lost Racing Santander. But he had a decent performance, had a very good performance that game. Yerson Mosquera, another good player, another young player, had a great performance against Everton in their 1-1 tie. He was solid in that match. And then for the top category, the best players, we got Luis Diaz this week. Played fantastically. He had 1 goal and 4 assists in total. 2 assists against Stuttgart, and then against Wolfsburg in their 8-1 win, he got a goal and 2 assists. Very, very nice. And then John Arias, who has been killing it recently, got a goal. Well, didn't play too well against Everton. He played the first half, and then against Shrewsbury, where they won 5-1 in the FA Cup, he scored a goal. Scored a very nice goal at that. So John Arias is picking it up, and their Wolves are starting to play pretty well. But yeah, that's the Colombian tier list. Yeah, that's it. Let me know what you guys think. Do you guys agree with this, or any ones you would change? Any players that deserve to be on there? Let me know. But yeah, this concludes the Colombian week, and as you can see, it was a lot of big performances, a lot of things of note. But yeah, what do you guys think about this week? There's a lot more things to come in the next weeks. Trust me, there's more as other leagues start back up. Shit. Okay, yeah. So this concludes the Colombian side. As you can see, there's a lot of good performances, a lot of performance in general, and there's a lot more to come as many other leagues are going to start up. There's going to be a lot of other players to play and a lot of other games to play, a lot of big moments to come. So stay tuned, and yeah, peace.
I would say it's like having another producer in the room that knows exactly what your song needs. This is co-producer. The fastest way.
Okay, guys, so because of work and doing this grind, I wasn't able to watch the game between Barcelona and Real Madrid in the final of the Super Cup. So I think it's a good opportunity to look at the highlights. I haven't seen any of the goals, I haven't seen anything. So we're gonna look at this together. See, it was a good game. I do know the score. But without further ado, let's get into it. Let's look at the match. So very, very nice to stay in when it first opened up. Wow, what a pass. What a ball. Who was that, Rafinha? No, that was probably Yamal. But what a ball. And then pretty big miss from Rafinha. Quite a big miss, but it's okay. Nice, good press. And Rafinha has the ball again. What's he gonna do? What's he gonna do? Nice. See, he actually scores it this time and that doesn't miss it like he did the previous one. This is arguably a harder chance, but good goal. Rafinha scores the first goal. See how the game progresses. Nice play from Yamal. Good ball. Good save from Courtois. Yep, from the looks of it, it seems like Barcelona was on top for sure. Ooh, I was gonna take it. Yamal, good play. Ooh, nice save again. Courtois, nice. Courtois is an amazing goalkeeper. I think personally, in my time, probably one of I think is the best goalkeeper I've seen. I think so personally. Vinicius Jr. Ooh, Pana. Oh, gets past. Disgusting. What a goal. Vinny, wow. Nice. And he's been getting criticized a lot this season. He's not been doing that well. But Pana right there over Koundé gets past a few players. That was a nice goal. Oh, nice ball. The team was so open there. The team was so open. Like, yo, that was just a easy split ball. That was too easy. That was too easy for Barcelona there. Way too easy. Good job. Good ball from Pedri. Lewandowski comes. It was a nice finish. I can't deny that, but it was way too easy. A corner kick for Real Madrid. Ooh. What a weird goal. What a weird goal. Like the first header to hit the post. Look at that. Hoyson, I think it was. Hits the post. Oh man. And then to have this shot. What does it do? It hits the other crossbar. Low-key a banger. Low-key, like the shot was low-key a banger, but not a nice goal, I would say. Vinny carried the second goal over there. Not too shabby. Nice from Koundé. Oh, what a save! That's what I'm saying. Courtois is a icky. He's a Arquerazo. He's a good goalkeeper. Very good goalkeeper. Oh, unlucky. That's the goal they conceded. Really, that was also a weird goal. As in, like he slipped. He slipped and then the shot ended up going in. Let's see. Low-key a banger. It was also deflection. The deflection was a big thing. Dang. Oh, and this is the red card. Okay. The red card happened very late. I don't think that was a red card though. From what I saw, I only saw it at first glance. Oh, never mind. To studs up right at the shin. And Mbappe too, huh? Nonetheless, they still had Rashford missed that, but they had, even with one man less, they had a good chance in the stoppage time. Oh, wow, no, what a bad shot. Who was that? Carreras could have saved it, honestly. Oh, another one. Ay, what a save. Juan Garcia. Wow. Okay, they won. They won the. That was a good game. I missed the banger game. I should have watched that. Holy, dang! But yo, wow, Barcelona been killing it this year. They've been having Real Madrid's number. They're first in the league. They won this game. They won the Clásico earlier in the season as well. Not too bad. Actually, no. It was Real Madrid that won early in the season, but not too bad for Barcelona. Good for them. What a game, man! What a game. Yeah. Okay, I don't know if anyone's watching the stream currently. Let's see if anyone's watching the stream. Oh. Unknown 2165. What's up, homie? But anyways, this concludes this concludes my live stream. Hope you guys enjoyed it. But yeah, peace. Have a good time, guys. Have a good rest of your weekend. Have a good week, guys. I'll see you guys next week. Peace.